we specifically kind of focused in on jewelry since it made the most sense for this particular presentation. So we wanted to take that into account for this time, but also expand on it. And so we put together a presentation for the spring and summer specifically, and what we can hope to be seeing, and giving you guys ideas for what to create as part of our yearly, monthly trends. And we've got a lot to cover. There are 9 big topics that we need to talk through. And lucky for me, and for you guys that are watching out there, I have got some incredible people here that are from TGBE joining me today. First, I want to introduce Abby from the Bead Place. Yay!
Hi, everybody. Thanks for hosting this, Nile. I'm super excited.
I'm excited you can join in too, Abs. I really, really love when we can spend some time together, and I'm looking forward to to hearing what you have to say about some of these things.
Well, thank you. Back at ya.
I've always got something to say. And speaking of someone that always has something to say, I have got my buddy, Miss Christy Friesen, on the other end here.
How did I know that was going to be an intro for me? Hi, y'all. Nile said he needed someone who knew nothing about nothing just to come and be comic relief. And I said, that's me, guys. So here I am.
She was the first to raise her hand. I will say that for the comic relief and for being present. But also, Christy, your brain is just something that is it's a mystery as well as a miracle.
Why, thank you. I'm taking that as like a monstrous compliment.
It's because it is. We love you so much, and you bring so much fun energy and creativity to this event. So I'm really looking forward to seeing and hearing what you have to say about these trends.
I'm going to enjoy that compliment all stinking day.
And last but not least, I've got 2 of my fave ladies from my fave company, Soft Flex Wire. We've got Miss Sarah Ayler, and we've got the fabulous Miss Kristen.
Hi, girl.
Hello. Thanks for joining us today for this trend report.
Happy to be here.
Thanks for having us. Thanks for hosting. This is always so much fun, and I love that we're doing it again.
Me too.
Me too.
Yeah. All right. Let us just dive right in. So I'm going to pull you guys over to the side here. And last time we discussed the color of the year. So what I wanted to do is focus in on, we've moved past the color of the year. We know what it is. It's peach fuzz. And so I was curious to see what the actual palette was going to be forecasted for spring and summer. So here we've got what the Pantone Institute, had picked out for their palette for spring and summer. And then they've got 2 different ones, a classic color, which you'll see at the bottom there. Those are the neutrals. And then they've got this sort of big color palette for spring and summer. So I have my thoughts on this specifically, but what do y'all think? Like, is this something that you're seeing, doing, using, feeling?
I want to just let you know that Kate is here in the background too.
Okay, I'm adding Kate. Her. Welcome, Miss Kate of beadshop.com. Let's see if I can add her in. I think I need to add an extra thing to this layout. Give me just a second.
Sorry, everybody.
Hey, we're so glad you came with us, Kate. I've got a question while Nile's doing technical shit. Stuff. Did you guys see, and me being, so up on trends, did you guys see that somewhere along the line, Pantone said that their color of the year is transparent?
I did not see that, but I love that.
I love that with all of my heart. How cool is that? I just Googled it and it said yes, that was the thing, but I only read the first sentence. So there could be more to it than that. But I love that idea, don't you? Anyway, that has nothing to do with what Nile has on the slide, but I just thought I'd throw that in.
That's so fun. I didn't hear that. Thank you, Christy.
Yeah.
For your deep dive into the research of that information.
You got that. I will have the PDF downloadable shortly.
I'm not sure how I feel about these colors. They aren't bringing me joy.
They are very much what I saw in some of my pictures, I think, Nile, that I sent to you.
You saw a lot of these colors?
Because I went on a little shopping stroll to Sundance and Anthropology last weekend.
Oh.
And I took a bunch of pictures just for funsies, and then I thought, oh, I should send these to Nile. And I do feel like...
Oh, wait, save that convo. It's in the presentation.
Okay.
Oh, I love it.
Because I want to hear
that. But I do feel like
full slide.
I do feel like these were the colors I was seeing for sure.
Yeah, I think specifically the like the 4 in the middle, like that foresty green, the pink, the light blue, and the kind of grayish purple. I'm seeing those particular colors and probably that like aqua color on the end. I'm seeing those colors paired together in a lot of jewelry. Not necessarily so much the other ones being all paired together, but those 4, maybe 5 specifically, I'm seeing a lot.
I feel like this really is 2 color stories here, right?
Yeah.
If we kind of look at it and we look at like everything over to the left and then everything over to the right, I might move that blue, what's it called? That bluish, dark blue. I might move that one over to the brick and terracotta, and then I might have those lighter ones. But you know, what I find really interesting with color trends is that of course, they do trickle down into whatever we do, fashion, beading, whatever. But I also love it when people kind of buck the trend as well. They're like, these are the trends, so I'm going to go the opposite direction. The other thing this reminds me of, it's very Liberty of London fabric. Very.
Oh,
So
I don't
if
know what that is.
You look at Liberty of London calicos and stuff, which are really having a moment right now with kind of that prairie chic that's still happening. This color palette, I think, is right on.
Yeah, I agree.
Prairie chic is interesting because this kind of falls in line with what the stuff I saw through Kristen's eyes, the photos that you sent from Anthropology, which again, we'll kind of get into a little bit later. For me, this color story is a bit messy. I feel like, yes, you can parse what you need from it, but it's so patchy and I guess you're right. I'm trying to put it into 2 or 3 different color stories.
I have a thought, a completely unrelated weirdo thought. I'm looking at the whole lineup, and I see the beautiful muted lavender and a muted blue in the middle as sort of like the fulcrum, and both sides shoot off in either directions. And on the one side, we have the I'm going off in the forest and find myself group, and the other side is like we're going on the yacht with our champagne group. And then you have that muted in the middle that just sort of gives it a pivot to go in either direction. It's kind of like there are 2 little groups with those weird muted ones in the middle that can just lend themselves to either or. But definitely it's not all as one. This is definitely 2 things happening.
Well, the thing that you also said, Nile, which really resonates, because, you know, not only do I love to bead, I also love to make clothes. So I'm really looking at a lot of clothing trend and stuff right now. You said it looks kind of patchy. Patchwork is so big right now across the board with like quilted jackets, Americana traditional quilt motifs. I made a big quilt jacket out of an old repurposed quilt. I just saw Sarah Jessica Parker posted on her Insta. There's this Liberty of London skirt that she just got with a patchwork diamond border along. So I think when you say patchy, I think that resonates certainly with this palette.
That's interesting. That's very interesting.
Interesting. Yeah.
Because it definitely, when you're saying that, as soon as you say that, then I look at it in a whole different way. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
so here's my question. How does prairie chic translate to jewelry? What do you guys think?
Well, no. Well, I can let Kristen probably fill in a little more, but you had
is
some
it the same
jewelry.
Is it the same as like cottage core? Is it like
it's a little, I think it's cottage core-esque. Sure.
Yeah.
I think the way that it could kind of differ is that the work itself, the I guess like visible mending is having a huge moment. And I think
Yeah.
how that translates into jewelry is that maybe we see the wire that we've put it together with, we see those stitches that we've woven, we accentuate the I don't know, the hand work that goes into it along with the beads that we're using.
Right. We talk about the hand
Love
of
that.
seeing the hand of the maker
Yeah.
in whatever it is you're doing, for sure.
Could you maybe incorporate in like some lace or some frill as well, you know, to give it that look? I'm looking at pictures because this is like a whole new concept to me that I've missed out on.
Also, I think enamel work, like that centerpiece that Softlex that you guys were giving away this week and for TGBE, that has to me a very cottagecore or a very kind of, I mean, that color palette from that pendant really, I think, is similar to the colors that we've got there. Yeah, Kristen's holding it up there. If you look at it, a lot of those colors are right in that pendant. So, you know, I don't think that prairie chic or cottagecore or whatever is necessarily a bad term. I think it's kind of a cool, like Kristen and her beautiful crown of flowers. That's very kind of
Enchanted forest.
yeah, enchanted forest kind of feel. I love it.
All right.
Yeah,
I'm
I
looking
was.
at cottage core now. I'm like, what does this even mean? Is anybody else out there looking it up?
I will say there was tons of I don't know if it was lace particularly that I saw, but it was more like the eyelets, the doilies, the crocheted, like the throwbacks to the 70s, which was like the crocheted tops and just all of that kind of stuff was a lot of what I was seeing when I was out last weekend.
I'm seeing a lot of that on the online stores too, the crocheted things. My mind comes to, I enjoy that stuff. I don't know how I would go about washing it.
A lot of hand washing, like
A lot of hand
a lot of woolite.
Oh, is that the trick? That's the trick. All right.
Take it from someone who loved crochet.
Okay, fair enough. Next topic, which probably isn't a surprise. I was on Vogue online, and I saw that pendulum swing, which is essentially a large pendant or just a pendant on a small thin rope. Seems to be a thing. Immediately, of course, this brought me back to Silver Silk, but that's a whole nother story. And I feel like this kind of works with all of us individually too, though.
Mm-hmm. I definitely see Silver Silk vibes happening here,
100%.
which is really exciting.
Yeah.
And then I was just thinking how fun it would be to like really make your focal like a beaded bead, or kind of like what you were doing today, Nile, have like that one big focal and then add it to a long silver silk or for a pretty neat design.
And it's also kind of like a modern Y necklace. If you look at the one where the deep V shirt is going, it looks like it comes in together to a V and then it has that long piece. You know, the Y necklace, we've been looking at it since the mid 90s and it keeps coming back in new and kind of refreshing ways. And Nila, I think Silver Silk would be fabulous in that updated Y here with something here and then pendant, or you know, that metallic look, I think would look fantastic with it.
Yeah, that picture in the center, it's a male model. And so my mind went to, how can I pull that off? But I'm also not 20 years old.
Well, you can pull just about anything.
Absolutely.
Show of hearts and hands for if Nile can pull that off.
Yes,
I think it's unanimous for sure.
I think you just need the right occasion, Nile.
Yeah.
I need to leave my house and go to parties.
Maybe Midsummer Market.
Yep, we're getting lots of hearts just popping up, Nile. So I think that people want to see that. So just know it, that you might have to, you know, just wear that, take a picture, post it, that sort of thing.
Oh, gotcha. Okay.
Monica says, I think one of Christy's ghoulies on a chain. I like it. I like
Oh,
it. That's very
fashion.
fashion.
Awesome.
So on trend. Absolutely. Thanks, Cal.
I think that would be fabulous. Okay, well, this
I
is I feel
love it.
like this is an easy achievable fashion trend for really any jewelry maker out there. There's so many different types of chains, beading wire, colors, specifically soft flex even. Just many ways to go about this. So I really like this trend. I hope to see it more as we move along in our months. This one is an interesting thing. So
Ooh.
this one's a layered necklace motif idea.
Yeah.
One of the things that I found upon my research, which is specifically chain links, but the way that they're sort of layered or used as a necklace just resonated with me personally. But what do y'all think?
Yeah, 100%.
I love it, but I want to tell you, I love mixing statement metal with other components to make it
Agreed.
a little bit more wearable. I think
Mhm.
pieces like this are wonderful, but they're not necessarily that casual look that I want to wear every day. So I love taking the idea of chunky monochromatic metal statement chain and then putting something else with it, a little bit more casual.
Mhm. I'm a big fan of the jewelry designer Marla Aaron. I don't know if you know Marla Aaron. She does like those twist lock pieces. She was really the first person to bring those into jewelry. And again, I guess I'm having a Sarah Jessica Parker moment because in the last season of Just Like That, she wore one of Marla Aaron's big statement necklaces like this. It was hand engraved. And it was really just an arresting and eye-catching piece. So that one that's on the white with the big oversized chain, um, I just think it's such a delicious sartorial statement when you pair it with something that's, that necklace will make anything chic.
Mm.
The other day I went on in my running clothes and I put well, not running, walking. Let's say the truth there. Um, and I wore some the earring that I was making, the crystal earring, and I'm like, you could dress up anything. Same thing with this. I think this kind of look will dress up. You could wear your pajamas to the Oscars. I think in this
Yeah.
Does
with this.
anyone
That's
here
true.
have this size chain in their store? Abby?
We
I
carry
do.
some pretty big chain. Um, we have our big paperclip chain and stuff. Not quite this big,
But
but
you have this size chain, Abby?
Yeah, we
Or
do.
similar?
Yeah.
mhm.
And we also, I see a couple comments like Kim is saying it seems awfully uncomfortable and heavy. Also consider that you can switch materials. Like we have those beautiful acrylic, like vintage reproduction
Mhm.
acrylic chains. So that's another way that you can get this look without it making your neck sore at the end of the night.
Mhm.
One
Mm-hmm.
thing I
And
regret.
also, since it's so close up, it doesn't pull you down. So
Yeah.
even if it's heavier and it lays here, sorry, Neela, I didn't mean to interrupt.
No, you're all
Mhm.
good. It brought me back actually, Kate, you would understand this, but there's a specific vendor at Tucson that had the weird, like, rustic materials that
Yes,
like we had a field day in. This
yes.
person had wooden chain that was gigantic.
I have some actually sitting right over here. That wooden chain really
Yeah.
resonated with me. And that wasn't this season, that was the season before,
Ooh.
wasn't it? It wasn't
Mhm.
this year, it was the year before last, I think, Neela.
Yes. Yes, we met the year before before last year, but I was at
Right.
the same vendor again.
Oh, perfect.
Well,
Yeah.
I just have to say, my grandson is so fashion forward because look what he made me like 6 months ago, a glow in the dark polymer clay chain. I didn't even realize how visionary he was.
Oh, that's awesome.
Right
I
on.
love that.
Palmer is really cool. Whoops, we lost Christy.
Ish.
There she is.
Oh, there she is.
But how fun,
You can
right?
never lose her. She's always around.
That's super fun. I think
I know
that's
how
neat.
fun is that, but yeah, something about
think
like
about it.
oversized things like that are really cool, aren't they?
Mhm.
Making a nice big bulky chain out of different materials.
Yeah.
And I can see, I mean, I know I've seen beaded beads, right, that make that
Mhm.
kind of chain.
Yeah,
Kate,
really
you
pretty.
probably have done that. And you can
I
do
have.
it with soft flicks too, but it will be very dainty. So you can kind of like
Unless you
pl-
braid
Yeah.
it, right? You
Well,
could
I
braid
did
it,
a
but
piece.
then
Let me
print
see.
it
It might be over there with soft flex. Talk amongst yourselves.
I mean, if you look back, Kristen, to when Jamie made that necklace, I think she might have made it for Show Your Colors, but it had big links of soft flex that interconnected. And
Yes.
she would do like multiple strands with beads and
Right.
made a pretty large presence.
Ooh, let me see.
Yeah,
if I
that's sort
can
of what
make-
I'm thinking, is that there's a way you can take that.
So
Mm.
this is some of our large chain, but soft flex, it really just, it's almost a no-brainer.
Right.
This is an 11-aught seed bead.
Oh, that's cool. I like
And
that.
see, you can
Mm,
just,
that's
I
really
just
cool.
use these check glass daggers and I put a big giant clasp on, but look
That
at,
makes-
and I made the loops. I don't know if you can see that there. Sorry, this way. So the loops are kind of monochromatic, so they match the daggers. This is just a
Wow.
simple 0.014 soft flex, just crimped in a circle, nice and tight, not too tight, but the soft flex holds these lengths rigid. I just love this. I did this a few lives ago earlier, and it's just a light, beautiful, fun necklace to wear. But the
that
soft
might be a
cool.
more practical size chain for most people too.
Yeah.
I think this also fits into the what
So pretty.
Abs was saying earlier for kind of making it a little bit more colorful, layered, casual in a
Yeah.
way.
Mhm.
It's not overly dressy, but it is pretty dressy.
So I've
Kristen's holding something up.
got this necklace here, which is all
Yes.
just soft flex, and then just like one bead added in there.
Oh,
So it
that's
does-
cool. Nice.
Isn't that fun? And
Yeah.
because I mean, some of this are like really ellipse shapes because I kind of connect them far apart, and some of them are more circular because you connect them closer together.
Yeah, it's
Um,
just gorgeous.
So it's just kind of a wild take on it, but you can be more strategic with your shapes if you want to be.
I love that with
Yeah.
the soft flex specifically, you don't have to worry about like throwing it into some sort of storage that's going to, you would think would ruin the shape because it just kind of comes back
Yeah, it keeps
together
the
as
shape. Yeah.
Neely,
And that-
have you made links from the silver silk and linked them
I
together?
tried to, specifically running craft wire through the pipe chain and was unsuccessful.
So far.
It needed some work. I need to sit there
You'll
and
get
like,
it.
think about it. Yeah.
Yeah.
The technique's gotta be right.
Yeah.
All right, this should be no surprise to folks, but oldies but goodies. Pearls. Pearls, classic, reinvented. Ladies and gentlemen, and everyone watching.
Pearls
there's
are the best.
Pearls.
I
I've
love
seen so many
pearls.
more pearls on boys too, which is like such a fashion trend.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
I love it.
I love it
Just
too.
gonna do some show and tell.
This is my 10-foot long
Ooh.
strand of knotted pearls. I
Nice.
made this
Oh,
back when and those of you who know, I mean, look, I've got pearls back there. I've got pearls back there. You're speaking my love language.
Mhm.
Pearl. So this is 10 feet. Look, it's doubled over. It's about the same length as me. So, and I'm 5'2". So
That's awesome.
the way that I do this, let's layer.
I love how Kate is now wearing all of the design pieces.
I mean, why not, right?
That's
If we're
because
talking
she is
about
just a
layering,
trend icon. That's why, right?
but see, you
Look
can
at that
just,
look.
it's
I
very
love it.
Queen
Isn't-
Alexandra.
I need one of
Yes.
those. I want one of
And then
those. I have
This,
envy.
I use soft flex a lot with pearls. This is all
yummy.
done on soft flex. So if you don't want to knot, all you have to do is chuck a little seed bead in between. And the
Right.
way that I did this is I color blocked it. So
Right.
half of it's green
color
and
blocking.
half of it, yeah, color blocking is
Favorite.
just so instant trend. And then I did a little bit of macrame, so it's not traditionally closed like soft flex would be. The soft flex comes up, I macrame around and over it, and I just glued it. So it has a little bit of a different closure that way.
You have a lot of
Oh,
these
love.
pearls at beadshop.com on the
We
website.
do. I make sure that we have so many pearls.
Can you
Yeah.
or somebody send me a link and I can post it to everybody? I know that's making you do homework too.
Can I show something real quick?
Yes.
Do it.
Yes.
Do it.
Yeah.
So one thing that I'm seeing a whole lot
Yes,
is
girl.
juxtaposition of grunge with classic pearls. So I can't tell you how many people have come in the shop to get antique silver grungy chain and like really pretty, just like jumbo pearls, and they're pairing them together. And I just love that because you guys know I'm all about juxtaposition of style and color. And so it
Yes.
just makes my heart sing to see stuff.
Oh, that's so cool.
That chain is really cool, Abs, too.
Yeah.
Massive and heavy, and it's one of my favorites. I use it all the time.
I
Something
love
like
the
that.
exotic pearls. Mm.
Yeah. I also like threading a ribbon through those large lengths.
Yeah.
And instead of having a clasp on, just tie it over
good
the
idea.
ribbon. So
Yeah.
Chanel.
Yeah,
Mm.
that's a great idea.
And Neela, I messaged you a link, just
Yep. I
FYI.
am posting it now. I'm
Sure.
gonna say Kate's got pearls.
But we all have
We all have pearls. Yes, this is true.
Yeah, there are some pearls in our live sale this weekend. So there were some really nice, like big coin pearls that were just
Oh,
Abby, if you
nice.
want to throw me a link to that beautiful chain, if you've got it online,
Sure. Yeah.
let me
And
know.
let me give a shout out for our TGBE buddy, Cynthia Thornton and Green Girl. This is a Green Girl skull here. I do a lot of
Oh, nice.
juxtaposition with pearl and then just pieces out of my collection, old vintage
Nice.
pieces, metal beads that I've made. This is Cynthia's bronze skull right here. And I wanted to show you folks this. This is one of Cynthia's bronze coins. And I made a clasp out of it by using a large lobster claw.
Oh, how clever.
That is
Back
clever.
and up. So I just started my stringing
That's so cool.
right through this
Mhm.
little bead, through her bronze coin, and then just began to string. This is another little Cynthia polymer clay skull that she made me. So it's kind of fun. So
What a fun
you can
design.
mix-
That is a great design. Yeah.
Yeah,
Thanks.
that is
It's
awesome.
like a treasure necklace.
Every year for my
Yes.
birthday, I string myself a
Can you put it
necklace.
on?
So
Yeah.
this is, let me just add it to my neck nets. This is one I did a
love
few
it.
years ago.
Nice.
Looks
We're gonna
good.
be wearing everything at the end of this show.
Oh, I love that.
You
Yeah.
have no idea.
Well, as I had mentioned earlier, I was at the airport on my way home from my vacay, and I did notice that there was a guy that was waiting next to me, and he was wearing a pearl necklace. And I hadn't thought about it, but then like that was the second time that I've seen it, and I was like, man, I really need to hop on board this trend because I love wearing pearls too.
Yeah.
Just never have
You
an occasion.
do.
Yeah.
I was out to lunch over by the college by me, and our waiter was wearing a pearl necklace too. And I was like, I had remembered that we talked about it in January, and then that people were wearing it, but I think it was like, oh, in my everyday, there it is, and I love
Mhm.
it.
Yeah. I made a strand for my husband. Chris loves them. I got some beautiful blue pearls. He's all, will you make me a necklace? I'm all, heck yeah, I will. So it's
Awesome.
fun.
Why
Cool.
not?
I
Right?
think
Why
I
not?
need to. Let's move on to the next topic. Big long earrings.
Oh,
And
I don't
Nile,
know if this is necessarily has been in and out. I feel like this is one of those things that sort of has resonated over time.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yep.
those silver silk earrings, Nile, that you showed, and they're right there.
Oh,
all
yeah.
We did a
they
shameless
are
plug for.
stunners.
No, I will tell you, those with the flower, those are so on trend. Right now in clothing, we're seeing a lot of, I don't know if you're a Swiftie, but Taylor Swift wore that amazing flower dress to, I think it was the Grammys. It was gorgeous. And it was kind of lace with all of these flowers on. So now we're seeing like all kinds of embroidery with flowers and stuff. Those could go right on Taylor's ears.
Mm. Yeah, that's
They're
fabulous.
I should
just,
be so lucky. I don't think something like that would ever happen in
Oh,
real life to me.
they're
I
so
think it's
exquisite though, Nile. Those
They
really
are.
did it for me.
Yeah, they are fab.
Thank you.
Believe it, Nile. Believe it.
I don't know, I have to manifest it.
There you go. That's it. We'll
Why
all.
not? She
we'll
has
all
to get her
combine
earrings from
forces.
somewhere.
Yeah.
Right.
Right.
I wonder how
Who's
many.
got her email? We'll just send her a picture right
So
now.
how long are the ones that you made, Nile?
They are 6 inches long, and probably a little bit extra,
Oh,
like
nice.
and point,
That's awesome.
and maybe a 1/4 inch extra for like the Terminator at
Mhm.
the very end, plus the earring hook itself. So
Nice.
they're long ones.
They're gorgeous.
That's awesome.
And I think it's kind of cool, even when the earring comes down, even if it touches your shoulder. I don't know. I think it kind of gives your shoulder a little kiss. I just think it's totally sexy and cute. I love it.
Fabulous.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Do you guys have any earrings to show? Because I need to plug in my computer real badly right now.
I can show a quick pair I was showing earlier that are kind of long.
I'm gonna solo you. So yes, talk
Oh,
about
those are lovely, Sarah.
I love these earrings. I wear them all the time. And
Oh,
they're
those
not
are great.
as long as Nile's, but they do have a pretty good length to them.
Yeah.
But they're really light because they've got those little tiny beads
Yeah.
hanging from that. I miss Tiara Cast, the little Tiara Cast link.
Yeah.
Them is a lot
Oh,
of fun.
I know. Our Tiara Cast friends.
I know. We have them in the links in silver still. We have quite a
Oh.
few of them. So if anybody wants to nab them, you can find them on the Softflix Company website. And then you could use anything for your little bead. It could be a crystal, it could be a little check bead like I have here. Even like a big rolla bead, which is like a big seed bead, whatever you want. But you can have big earrings and have them be light and not too heavy. Like I'm sure Nile's earring is not very heavy, right, Nile?
it is
No, it's-
extremely light.
Yeah.
I think the only real annoyance is I worry that the sequins might get tangled up if you've got long hair. So
Mm.
definitely like a hair pulled back kind of a look.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We
I've got-
also do, this is also fairly light. This is a large, this is a 40 millimeter hoop.
Oh, yeah.
And we've done some brick stitch around, but you can make these small or large. And these, let me
Let's change them out.
change them out. It's a big summer, hoops to me say summer, right?
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
Love it.
I love
And you could also do dangles and stuff down there. Nile, I bet that you could get silver silk that's hollow
Mm-hmm.
on a nice, like, rigid wire armature hoop.
Yeah, definitely.
Mm.
Would look great.
That would be very cool.
You know what this also reminds me of, Kate, is we were talking about crocheted looks earlier. So at a distance, while I'm looking at the beadwork, it looks crocheted from a distance if you
It does have that feel,
Yep.
beads.
especially since all the beads are kind of translucent, so
Yeah.
they all kind of blend a bit.
So
And I
pretty.
think also, let me take this other earring off. I think one big earring a la Janet Jackson, 1986, is I have never let go of that trend of one big earring.
I
I'll
love
tell
it.
you.
I think
I'm gonna put on-
When
I'm
you're
gonna put on-
cool, you're cool, Kate. I mean, that's all you can say.
I
Just
don't know about that.
Oh,
oh,
those are
look
fun.
at that.
Ooh. They look like
Another-
mermaids.
Oh,
do.
delicious!
Aren't they fun? So these are about
Oh, they're
4
so lovely.
inches.
Nice.
And they might be the longest I have here, but they're just 3 different colors of Softflex. It's kind of hard to see on the screen, but there's like bone, the fluorite color, and something else, tanzanite. So they're very, very light. Almost kind of goes into that maybe prairie look or something.
It does.
Floral,
Nice.
especially.
Yeah.
It's dreamy.
Did you have
Oh,
something to
great.
show?
I do, yeah. So these have been really popular around here. We have these flower hoops in a couple
I
different
love the
metals.
flowers on the top.
Oh, those are
so-
so pretty.
What? Those are gorgeous,
Pearl
Abs.
It
with
ties a couple of trends in because you can get that big statement earring, that big pop of metal, and then also the flowers, which are all over the place right now. So
Oh,
they're really easy too because this is all like one piece. It's
Right.
already your earring finding, and you just add whatever little parts you want on the inside, and
Is
you're
there-
done.
oh my god,
Those are
the instant
dreamy. I love them.
Love them.
Are there
I'm
like
gonna
little
send them.
links to connect to on them, Abby, on the top and the
Yeah.
bottom? Oh my
Let
gosh.
me see if I can get close enough with that. Oh,
There
yeah.
we
Look at that.
go. Oh my
So,
gosh, so easy.
yeah.
So good.
And look at that luscious pearl. That is luscious Jackson right there.
This, you know,
Love
I
it.
love the silver, but I'm
It
sorry.
looks-
Can I just show this one real
Yeah,
quick?
yeah, definitely.
This is oh, and it's not gonna focus. There we go. This is carnelian and then pineapple quartz.
Oh,
And I
pretty.
just love that kind of muted, but then a fun pop of warmth with the gold. I just think that it's delicious. And I know
Yeah,
that
that
I
looks
shouldn't eat
gorgeous.
it, but it's
So good.
delicious.
I just want to lick them. Is that wrong?
No, not at all.
do not eat the beads.
It's not chocolate,
No.
You said
Chrissy.
pineapple.
It looks like a
Yeah.
candy. I just want
And
to see
she
how
does
it
live in Hawaii.
You said pineapple, and I was like, what now?
Well, Abs just dropped a link, so I'm gonna post that real quick to you guys.
Thank you, Nile.
Yeah.
Beautiful. I love those components. That was super cool.
They're so
We just
pretty.
have these trends wrapped up, you guys. Gosh, we are so good.
We are way
We're on.
ahead of the trends. Are you kidding me?
Right?
I
I'll
mean,
tell you.
they're probably looking at us, right?
I would
And
think
that's
that
how
they
they're
should
figuring
be.
it out.
100%
Exactly.
you are.
This is something that I wanted to revisit from the original trend report that we had last time, which was the big cuff. I added some new photos that I found
Yes.
in the different magazines and sources that are out there, but I haven't really explored this yet. I, of course, I missed like a week of work just because I was out being on the beach and stuff, you know. But
That's the good choice,
Worthwhile.
I'm
baby.
saying Christy gets where I'm going.
That's the way. Yeah.
Anyway, have you guys explored making big cuffs? Have you tried it with any of the beads and products? I want to know.
Yeah,
So-
I am a big fan of metalsmithing, as you know, and I love a big metalsmith cuff. I was just wearing all of my cuff jewelry and I took it off, but just a simple metalsmith cuff, delish.
Delish.
Mhm.
Oh,
Abs, did you have a thing?
Well, so I love taking just like cuff blanks. You can get just brass or copper cuff blanks, and an easy way to just kind of add some pizzazz to it is you can just glue something on the front of it, or you can just whack it with a hammer. So you don't need to have all kinds of fancy tools. But if you want the fancy tools, you should buy them from Kate. So, or our guest Lisa Niven Kelly from Beaducation. But
I was
if you're
just
not-
thinking this might be up her alley.
yeah. If you're not wanting to get into hammering, and if you want something that like is a little bit lighter, maybe, or lighter looking, I should say, than a solid metal cuff. One way that you can get that look is to take some 12 gauge aluminum wire and just make loops and create all these fun shapes. And it's going to be really easy to bend because aluminum is super soft. And then you can just form it into a cuff after you have this like almost conglomeration mass of fun loops. And then it's lightweight. It gives you that statement look. And I'll post a picture of it to the group after the stream when I can find one, because I'm realizing I might not have explained that very well.
No, I haven't actually tried
got it.
gluing silver silk
Okay.
onto like something like aluminum would be perfect because then it doesn't add weight to it either.
Mhm.
And silver silk, you can also glue stuff with it to it, and
Yeah.
that'd be a fun idea to explore.
I have this piece that I made about 1 billion years ago. I have my freeform wire box here. This is when I used to do a lot of this kind of fabrication. But I want you folks to see, because this could be something that you could definitely use with Nilay's silver silk. It's also kind of a riff on his earring that he was showing. This is just free-form wire with just beautiful gemstones like in the old days. This cuff is probably 20 years old, or this bangle. But it's just an armature. So this could be anything. This could be leather. This could be like what Abby was saying, aluminum, whatever. But you can do a lot of really great free-form stuff on that, and it goes on. You can see it's not for the faint of heart, but
I love that
cool.
it is. You said it's 20 years old?
Yeah, at least. I used to make these a lot to sell. I have a few that are left. I have a twin pair that I wear, one on each arm. And so I used to fabricate these blanks and then just wrap a garden of gemstones in.
I love it. Does not in the least bit look anything that would follow trend. It looks timeless.
Right.
Thank you. Thank you.
Like everything you're
I
wearing.
think Kate is really good with timeless pieces.
Well,
yeah.
now I'm getting a little bit eccentric, crazy old lady look, but you know what?
Can I see if this shows? This is what I was talking about. I found it.
Ooh,
Yes.
Wow.
Yes.
I did these a long time ago, but they're easy, super easy. And then you can wire beads on top of them with smaller wire too.
See, so I have the hollow mesh, and if I found a aluminum gauge wire big enough, I could fill it in the hollow mesh and then have that like as a texture and then create those loops.
That would be amazing.
Yeah, that would be gorgeous.
Super cool.
Yeah.
Okay, so moving along, we've got one more big trend, and then a special presentation by Kristen, which she didn't even know about that she's going to do after this.
I love it.
Okay, boho YOLO.
What
Yes.
is happening?
This is Kate right here.
I know. I'm telling you, this is my jam. Neck mess.
All the neck, like, let's just go ahead and like,
Here she is.
this.
She was preparing us for the last.
I think you need to copyright that neck mass. Oh, that's the best.
There we go. One more.
Yeah, all the pearls.
One more.
And then this.
I need a long
I love it.
cigarette holder with a
This
candy
looks so
cigarette.
good on
in there.
other people, but I don't find that it looks great on me. But I see like Candy Cooper. I see, Kate with the big neckmas, and it looks beautiful. And I celebrate it. I have a hard time with it.
Well, just pile it on, Sarah.
Yeah.
You'd look great with
You
it.
must
You
do
would. You totally would look great.
What's
I'm
going on with
obsessed
the
with
meat?
To try it.
with the leg cuff, with the pant cuff.
Oh, it's attached to the
what is that?
That was.
I love
what
that.
I
That was
like,
fast.
what is it?
Embroidery?
It's on like metal fringe at the bottom.
Wow.
Or on the side too. I don't know. I think these were part of some harem pants or something, but I love that idea that it's sort of like almost like wearing an anklet, but it's part of the pant.
Yeah, it's cool.
It is cool.
And what's that sandal? Is that like a sandal with a stone for the toe holder?
As the part that your toe goes into.
Yeah,
So
I am all about
it's
that.
only integrated within the clothing, which was actually part of another Vogue like call out trend that they were seeing on the runways. The jewelry and accessories were integrated within the clothing so that you just put a singular thing on, but it looks like you've got like multiple things without even.
That's cool. Smart.
When I was a kid, I remember being fascinated by like my mom's clothes and my teacher's clothes that had like the necklace attached to the shirt. That was like
Oh
and
yeah.
you had like those button clasps that hooked over the button like up at the shoulder.
I remember those.
So cool.
I took off the necklace, but I still have a tank top to this day I wear but it has like little loopholes here, and I should probably make something new for it.
That's so sweet.
Time for an update.
That's cool.
All right. Well, let's move on to what Adventures of Kristen at Anthropology is what I'm calling it.
Well, I did go to Sundance too, so this is a little bit of a mixture,
Oh,
but
it is?
that's
Okay.
okay.
Yeah.
But look at that first dress. Look at those colors. It is that dark blue.
Yeah.
It is that light lilac-y kind of color in there. And then there's like a little bit of like that corally peachy pink. I'm like,
Yeah,
those colors are
take
right
a
there.
Look at that shell.
And look at that belt. I mean, that looks like
Mhm.
jewelry in itself.
I want to
Yeah, that belt is
back
gorgeous.
to the color story real quick because that dress especially
Yeah.
pulls out these colors,
Mhm.
and I think that that's where we're starting to see it obviously come to play right here. I mean, it's out there in the stores already.
For
And it's
sure.
kind of nice to see it in action. I think it's more appealing
When
in
you see it.
action like this. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. And
Yeah,
then
and sorry, those shells are all over the place too. In that
Yes.
little picture,
Mhm.
all over the Anthropologie website, on jewelry, prints on clothing. Just shells are big.
shells are big. So yeah, the two jewelry pieces in the middle are Anthropologie, and then the one on the right, or yeah, it's the right side, is from Sundance. So that's more typical of what you do see at Sundance. But yeah, it was interesting to see. I will say Anthropologie was like gold forward.
Yeah.
So much gold.
Yeah.
I love gold. I like the tone gold. I will do brass and gold all day and night.
Mm-hmm.
I agree.
All day and night.
Mhm.
That is commitment
Yes.
to it, man.
Yeah, we're seeing a lot of
Because
gold.
like I segue into silver at night. I mean, you got to break it up, is what I'm saying.
Is it because of the moon? But it's the sun and the moon for Christy.
Right.
Right,
That's
right.
it.
It's the rhythms of the earth, man. You just got to.
Christy, how do you feel about the shells and everything now? Have they
I freaking love shells. Ah! There should be shells everywhere.
Amazing.
But then I always did. I mean, they're just kind of fascinating, right? The shapes and everything and the colors. It's just, how would you not want to wear them?
And look at how big it is. Can you see my hand in that picture?
Yeah.
That's why
I
I put
agree.
it there. Because it's
Mondo.
huge. It's my whole palm.
I think that would look good on one of those big, long dangle pendants where it's just kind of bopping around on your crotch area, just way down there, and just unexpectedly.
You know, bopping around on your crotch area.
Right, exactly.
I can't say I would like that necklace.
Christy would just turn it into a diorama anyway with her creatures. Like you turn the shell upside down, right? And then you start to put things in it.
Right. Or you could make two of them together like a little purse and you keep stuff in there like candy or whatever. It would be good, right?
Chocolates.
And chocolates. Well, they
Yes.
melt. So you have to be careful of that. That could be a mess, especially in your crotch area. That would not be good. So you have to be very choosy what you put in your shell purse dangle necklace thing. Okay. Okay, I'll be quiet. I'll be quiet.
I love it. I love it.
I just felt there wasn't enough like ridiculousness, so I needed just to insert that little bit there. Just
Late show's a little blue. Late show's a little blue.
I love the gemstone blocking in the necklace.
Oh
I
gosh, yeah,
really
that's
dig
beautiful.
that.
Yeah,
I don't do enough of that, and I feel like I could incorporate that in more. It's a
I
lot.
still have some kits for the Sundance thing that some of us put, that Abby actually you put on a show for the Sundance inspired designs, and actually I should drop a link for that for you guys. Just so
yeah.
but that was such a fun little party, and we got to really do a deep dive into different styles within the Sundance catalog.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's really how I ended up going there, is because Deb Florals and I were like, oh yeah, we have one in Arizona. And I was like, hey, why don't we go and meet there? And that's what we did last weekend.
Oh,
And it
that's
was really
fun.
fun. And they were wondering what the heck we were doing because we did not buy anything, but we oohed and awed over that whole store and talked about every single piece of jewelry and every fabric and they were like, what is with these two? It was the best.
That's so awesome.
It was so fun. They kept like, can we help you? And I'm like, no, we're good.
If you loved that Sundance presentation, we're planning on possibly doing one in the fall too, but we will post information as we get closer. That was a lot of fun.
It was
Abby,
a lot of fun.
for putting that together.
Thanks. I just showed up and you guys all did a wonderful job of just showing everybody your beautiful ideas.
Yep.
It was so cool. I think that color blocking, if people do have like some kind of a design block and they have their beads and they're not sure what to do, color blocking is always my first go-to. Like with this pearl necklace that's half the bronze and half the green. I just think that color blocking can make a really strong statement. So like half and half. And if these colors were mixed together, I don't think it would have the visual impact.
Yeah,
that it does. So color blocking is big for me.
And one of the nice things about it, which I was saying when we were in the store, is like you can look at one of their designs for ideas of how to color block. You can use totally different beads, totally different colors, but it gives you like the spatial idea, you know, of like, okay, we've got 2 inches here, we've got 1 inch there, and it kind of helps you get the pattern down. But without copying a design, but making it your own. However, you get the foundation of how that blocking works.
Yeah.
If you really just look at the sizing of everything.
Jill McKay's kit this time around is really kind of along those same lines of like this kind of Sundance style of color blocking. And it also fits with the boho kind of theme too. So if you haven't seen her design, check it out on her site. I don't know if it's sold out or not yet, but very on brand, on trend.
And many of the things on her website probably fall in those categories too.
Yeah,
totally.
I put together a little collection of all of my favorite things that were gold. Because gold, like Neela was saying, was a super big trend. I'm going to drop it in the chat for you, Neela.
Okay. Hit me up.
Lynn got a few screenshots of you. She couldn't resist.
Uh-oh.
It was like dressed up with Kate.
Strike a pose, Kate. Strike a pose, baby.
Tell me where to send the hush money, please.
It's too late. Everything's on film now.
It is.
Go back.
What are you going to do?
Oh, so do we have any questions from all of you out there? What do you think about all the trends that Neela so lovely put together for us to discuss? Thanks, Neela.
Yeah, you did, Neela. Awesome job.
Really great slide deck there, Neela.
Uh-huh.
Thank you. I worked on it yesterday and today, right before my presentation.
Awesome. Well, you did good. Pull off that level of awesomeness and that quick. Just shows how on trend you are as a human.
Right. Was someone able to drop the link to the Sundance inspired video?
Yeah, it was up a little bit more on the chat, I think.
Okay. I'll link it. I'll find the link and I'll put it in the private chat.
Perfect. Yeah, I can do it from
One
there.
of the things that this brings up as a question to me in my mind is how do these trends really translate into like how do you store your beads or organize your beads, right? So if you're keeping all of your chain together, which I just did, I just organized my chain and it's all in some drawers and it's all together. So now I can actually see what I have and design from that. So one of the things I try and do when I'm setting up my personal bead storage or even bead storage for bead shop when I have to design, I set it up by color so that I'm able to use everything in that colorway. So and I mix types like seed beads or pearls or whatever. I'll put everything by color so then I can
I love that.
Pull that way. And I put a lot of the chain. What I did was, so if you're designing with chain, I just put them, let me grab a drawer here. I just put them in little drawers that are here. Like, let me turn this around. No photos, please. No photos.
Someone's screenshotting you.
Yes, please. Hi. Anyway, they're all like this, and then I can pull the actual drawer out so I can lay them out and I can shop.
So
for
nice.
myself.
Yeah.
Right. And if you buy blends, like Teresa's saying, it's hard to set it by color. If you buy blends from vendors, like I have color mixes, like our monthly mixes and stuff like that. So definitely kind of throw those around, and put them where they belong. But I, I have like component parts like this. I have in my drawers over here, you can see I've got this cabinet. You folks have seen this before, but this is all my personal stash, and it's all in by color. So I can look and I can go, oh, that color trend of peach or pink or whatever. All of those personal beads that I own are all in there by color. So it's
I
a
love
way to
that
think
color.
about,
That's the best.
interpreting
It's
the
just the best.
trends and then interpreting them how you're going to organize your bead stash.
I think
Yeah.
you're a hero to all of us because we're terrible hoarders out there for all the beads. And I think
Well,
we
I'll
can
tell
get
you.
to a level of organized, but you have really demonstrated like the top notch.
Thinly veiled facade, Nile, thinly veiled. But thank you.
I think if you're an artist, by definition, you have to be what many people would say is a hoarder, because that's the tools of your trade, man. You have the ingredients that will become a thing.
Yeah.
So it's not hoarding. Like you wouldn't go into a chef's kitchen and go, my, this is way too many spices. Please eliminate some. It's like, hey,
Yeah.
I'm
That's
going
right.
to need saffron next week, so back off. So that's all.
Yeah.
That's us. We're just stocking up our ingredients for when we need it. All good. All good.
And a little bit of controlled chaos never hurt anyone.
Exactly.
Right.
That's where all the ideas live, right in between control and chaos, that little line in the middle. That's where all the
Yeah,
ideas are.
that's
So you gotta
right.
have some chaos, man, or else you're not gonna get a good idea.
Yay.
Yeah.
Well,
Yep.
this has been so much fun. I'm gonna actually do a quick switch around here to all the peeps in our group. And I want to thank you guys, the panelists, our expert panelists, for joining me today for this trend report, and for everyone out there watching. We hope that this was informative, that it gave you guys some ideas and inspirations and stuff that you can do with your ingredients for those smart ideas that are just waiting to surface and become something. Any last words, you guys? I know we want to encourage our audience out there to follow our social media, which is our individual YouTube channels, the Great Beat Extravaganza YouTube channel.
Yep.
And to visit our stores, and please support our small businesses.
And Nile, thanks for putting together such a great visual. It really got my ideas pumping too. I'm like, I'm going to go make something right now.
Right? Yeah.
You're getting the inspiration. This is like the thing that we all need, right? We just
Yes.
need a
Yeah.
crap ton of pearls to wear, and then we will feel that energy.
Yeah.
It's my soul for sure.
Yeah.
Thank you so much, Nile. But also, don't forget, this isn't the last presentation today. We still
One
have
more.
No, we have one more.
Good.
Yeah.
for the
Incredible.
trend report. So stay tuned for Jill and Katie, because they'll be back in just a little bit. And then Abby, what time do you start tomorrow?
10:30 Central.
Yeah.
You have to do the math on every other time zone.
Yeah.
I'm just reading through. There's so many comments of everybody saying thank you and appreciating, all of this and the artistic support. So there's a whole lot of love coming back at us.
So
Thank
much
you.
fun.
I'm hoping balloons would pop up, but they didn't. I learned it from Google. Well, one of
I
my-
forgot what it was. There was
It-
something.
I think we have to be directly on Facebook, I think, not.
Oh, there you go.
Got it.
Yep, exactly. But
Okay.
yeah, everybody's just tons of love. So, I don't think mine works. I'm broken.
Aw.
Mine doesn't.
Oh, I think
Oh,
I
wow.
broke myself.
Uh-oh.
Oh, now you
Uh-oh.
Screenshot that.
frozen in the world of balloons.
I love it. I love it.
Okay,
Well,
well,
thanks.
we'll take a quick break, and when we come back to the Great Beat Extravaganza, you will see Miss Jill and Miss Katie Hacker of Beats of Courage for their amazing presentation. Mwah.
Great. And we'll catch you all tomorrow, kicking off with our Abby.
Our friend Abby. this
Wonderful.
way.
Yay. Bye, everybody.
Bye,
everybody.
everybody. Thank you.
Thank you.